I mean, you recently talked about how legal and IT are becoming huge stakeholders in AI, but I guess at this point, they've been big stakeholders for a while now in the whole rollout of GDPR and everything that has followed since. So, like, when you talk about marketing teams collaborating with legal, with IT in terms of AI, do you see this as a change in direction or just kind of an acceleration, a change in degree of what's already been occurring?
I'd say the latter, but with one important change. Over the last 5 or so years, I work a lot more with IT and legal than I would have expected 10 years ago. But what happened is that it never came from a shared roadmap. It was marketing's roadmap and then tried to go to IT and legal after when they had already made a decision, and then had to try to align to the roadmap of ways of working, which meant that it took a long time. We have clients that for years, they've been talking about the activation of audiences in, by customer match or through a CDP, which again is customer match. But we've been talking for years because, again, there are a lot of the things that weren't in place. And the challenge I see now, that speed really cannot work anymore. Now, if I look again at the industry, I see a really high penetration rate of your enterprise stack, right? So everyone has it. The reason you don't really go anymore into a client and see that they don't have a CRM with CDP-like functionalities or a CDP. It's very rare that you don't go and see a good analytics platform, and most have DV360 or another great DSP. Again, it becomes really hard to have a differentiator on tech. Tech alone will not be the differentiator. Where I see the differentiator is the use of the tech, the ingestion, both sides of business data, as you call it, rather than first party just being audience identifiers. And with that in mind, you can't really do without IT and legal. So while before you had a pointed, time-sensitive, reactive question, now is an integral part of your strategy. And the ones that will thrive will be the one that will have something slightly different from the competition. And as I mentioned, once you've done your platform perfect, tick the box and say, I got all the features I should have. Now it's about bringing my business data, which by definition will be different than the competitors and will be better for our own business. So that's why, to me, now the shared roadmap is key. Unfortunately, I don't see enough of that. I think I can count again on one hand the amount of times in which I've seen CMOs and CTOs having a shared roadmap for the technology. It is really, really rare to see. Again, if I think of 10 years ago, you remember when Google Tag Manager was launched, the tag management solution? I remember the value prop was, you're not going to need IT. And now it's all you marketers, you're not going to need IT, you can do all on your own. And we've also seen first how that went in terms of how eventually the quality in some installation, how bad it was as a result. But also when you start adding server-side measurement, all the other part, it wasn't a good value prop anymore. And that's the challenge you have now. It is, we got to think less about legal, IT, and marketing, but what is our shared technology roadmap? What do we need to make sure that we do as a business? So yeah, again, long answer for a short question, but it really has to accelerate, but it has to start from a shared roadmap.